Well, here we are at that beauty spots in my hometown, or just leaving my hometown. I just finished work at 2, 6 till 2 this week. Very hot day, that's the correct temperature. I was speaking to Paul via Facebook Messenger, and I said I'd like to pay tribute to him and Lynn, because if you didn't know, I mean that's the reason I've not uploaded anything for 2 weeks, well more. I'm not sure how much detail to go in, I don't want to upset Paul, but basically on Saturday, May the 6th at 3 p.m. it was on, what's it called, A708 or 709, 709 I think, the Moffat to Selkirk, and I mean I've never heard of it, but apparently it's known as the Scottish TT. It's a 35-mile scenic countryside road with tight bends, long sweeping bends, fast straight bits. And they've been filming in Scotland the week before and had planned on touring Germany later this year. But tragically, very sadly, there's an intersection, a crossroads, where a pub is called the Gordon Arms, and I've checked on Google Earth. I'm not sure whether to even put a picture up. You can if you want, but basically, I mean, I was discussing it with another biker, and he said, oh, it's obvious what's happened on this minor B road. If you look on Google Earth, you can hardly see the junction because there's hedgerows and trees. And it looks like this other lad's come round a bend, opened his bike up, a Suzuki 600. There is a red stop sign and some worn painted lines, you know, they wear away in no time, and councils are never very quick to repaint them, sadly, tragically. And this silly bugger on the Suzuki's gone straight across the junction with this busy air road and collided with Paul and Lynn, and tragically Lynn didn't survive and Paul was very badly injured with a smashed hip and smashed leg apparently. It's just awful. So I said, if you don't mind Paul, I'd like to do a little tribute, and I was going to do it on my way to Chipping Steam for a weekend, but that doesn't really sound, no, it doesn't sound fitting, because you can't say something like that and then go on to have a pleasant afternoon in the sunshine at a steam rally talking about bloody steam engines and classic cars and bikes like I did last year. So I thought, well, I've finished work. All I was going to do was sit in the backyard and read the paper in the sunshine with a cat on my knee. So I thought I'll go to the other beauty spot I like, where I paid tribute to Brian, my old mate, who died a couple of years ago. It's just a lovely spot. And I thought, well, you know, it makes you think about this lovely countryside, lovely planet we live on. And yet tragedies happen with human beings, don't you? Look at that bombing on Monday. It's just sickening. People suddenly taken away from you. And you're just suddenly shocked into disbelief, aren't you? You think, no, and then you think, yes, they've gone, that's it. Anyway, I'll make my way up to the beauty spot, Hadu Valley. this is what Paul and Lynn and me love. This lovely scenic countryside. I mean, the only difference is Paul and Lynn had travel hundreds of miles, but I'm not really into long distance riding. They don't even consider it long distance. I mean, they used to love going to the Lake District and back, but when I did it that once last July, well, twice, I was just completely knackered. But they loved it. And you can't blame them, can you? On a lovely sunny day, why not get out? Better than sitting in the garden. So here we are, this lovely view. I should have said some words on the journey here, but I thought I'll just keep quiet. So, what can I say about Paul and Lynn? Just a lovely, lovely couple. When I was trying to think, when I first got to know him, did I see one of his videos? Or things flag up, don't they? Like local things attract your attention. You click on them and think, oh, wonder where he lives. Another biker filming around here. And it must have been 2014. I think I started in late 13 filming, but I deleted a lot of my early videos. I shouldn't have done. Shouldn't delete any videos. But yeah, and, I think we started commenting on each other's videos, and then I went to his house 2 or 3 times. I went one Christmas with some presents, and Lynn made me some little cakes. They might be Mr. Kipling's, I don't know. I think they were little cherry Bakewells, I seem to remember. Oh, and some Christmas cake as well. And I didn't like to say I don't like Christmas cake, so I ate it all. And I took him a calendar, classic bike calendar, and some rum truffles. And I think I took some stuff for the cats, because like me, they're cat lovers. I think cat lovers, if you love cats and you know someone else that loves cats, you've got something in common already. And they're real cat lovers, you know, they've got loads and loads of toys. Cats are spoilt to death. And my cats just sort of lie around, they're not interested in playing anymore. Yesterday on Facebook, he'd just been moved, Paul, to Livingstone, a different hospital. And it said his daughter said 4 plastics, so I didn't like to ask what that means. Maybe it's a leg support brace to help him walk when he gets home. But I don't want to speculate about anything. Meant to be a tribute this, I'm making a total hash of it, aren't I? I'll just shut up. I'll walk down to that bench there and just belt up for a minute. I thought I could offer some words of comfort, but what do I know? I've not had anyone really, really close die, you know, apart from my dad. And me and my dad weren't that close because he was a heavy drinker when I was growing up, you know, when I was little. And I kept thinking, I shouldn't have done, I kept thinking back to that time. And I shouldn't have done, I should have appreciated him while he was alive. Anyway, here we are, overlooking that lovely view. Hadu Valley this is. Whitewell pub is in that dip. And that road leads to Lancaster over those hills in that valley. I mean, it's called the Trough of Bowland because that is a trough, probably a glacier thing. And the road goes back there to Waddington, then Clitheroe, back to the A59. But like I said, there's this little narrow road, it just winds all the way to Lancaster, 30 miles or so, 35 miles away, and then Morecambe, where John McGuinness lives, a Morecambe missile. He's just broke his leg badly during the Northwest 200 and he's going to miss the TT. And he's posted all sorts of messages thanking his fans for support and sympathy. But anyway, I just thought I'd sit quietly for a minute. They had a minute's silence today at work for those bomb victims, 22 young, well, mainly young people that's died, but a couple of the mums were killed in the explosion, whereas the daughters survived. Terrible. So I'll keep quiet for a minute or two. I was thinking of coming up with all sorts of facts and figures, but I don't really know too many about Paul and Lynn. I know they got married in 1987, so Paul would have been 24, Lynn 23, maybe a bit younger if it wasn't the birthdays. And they went honeymooning via motorbike, camping. Some lovely pictures on Facebook. I think he had a CB 400. I wonder if he passed his test before 1982, because if you didn't, I mean, you could ride a 250 and then you pass your test and have anything, but with me, I missed out and I could just only had a 125 by law. So he must have got that 400 after passing his test. Back in them days, a 400 seemed like a really big bike. A mate of mine had a CB 400 Super Dream and it looked like a giant bike. But looking back now, we consider them tiny, don't we? The bloke at work just got a ZRX 1200, it's an old one, but it looks brand new, only done 6,000 miles. You know, it's been in storage for years. It's amazing. But I don't like green bikes, that is. I like green scenery. Look at that, not lovely. I was joking that I could get him a mascot. I've seen a shop in Blackpool that sells Kermit the Frogs. I've got a blue Rover. Paul had piglets. And I said, I'll get you a Kermit for your green Kawasaki, and he just gave me a funny look. A bit of a strange character, and wasn't very amused calling his green Kawasaki names. Hello. I should have stopped and talked, shouldn't I? Drew their way. Go on, pheasant, dopey. So this is what Paul and Lynn loved, just like me, I just said. He liked narrow roads, he said the narrower the better. Because he went in all the little minor roads around the Lake District, was I stuck to the main road. But I was joking, I said, well, a hill's a hill, a green field's a green field, a lake's a lake, and I said all of them are within 20 miles of Blackburn. No, we like to get out and about. Don't slow down, woman. I should have worn my white work helmet. I took it off and swapped because it was a bit sweaty. Because you get more respect with a white helmet on the road, I think. nice little run out this, isn't it? It's sort of a circular route. Which is from my town, Great Harwood, to Worley, to Mitton, to Whitewell, Dunsop Bridge. And this road leads to Clitheroe via Waddington, and we're just going to go up Waddington Fell. I've done this route many times before, you've probably already seen it, but this is my tribute to Paul and Lynn. I couldn't match anything they did though. It's hundreds and hundreds, well thousands and thousands of miles of scenery like this. I mean, just the Isle of Man trip. He did 91 videos, you know, a thoroughly comprehensive guide to the Isle of Man basically. It's alright, don't panic. You should have stopped and waited, Dopey. Lynn loved the garden, like I do. I mean, I've just got a tiny little porky backyard, but Lynn and Paul have got a lovely garden. I think it's mainly Lynn. I think Lynn did all the work. I might be wrong. Sorry, Paul. But as Lynn like flowers like me, I'm into dahlias. And I've got a little rose garden which is a tribute to my grandmother, who lived in a bad spot here. Lived in my house from 1939 until 2006. And if there's any of Paul's videos of Paul and Lynn walking through these gardens, if you're watching this, Paul, I'd like to see them. No dahlias, there's lots of other exotic flowers here. It's stiff, that might never get out again. I'll have a little wander around this garden. What kind of flowers did Lynn like, Paul? They have a lovely daughter as well, Sammy Louise, and 2 little grandchildren. That's something else me and Paul have in common. I hate litter. Bins all over and they're dumping bloody sweetie packs in the stream. If I was a bit younger, I'd jump down and fish that out. Is there access to that waterfall? Loving memory of Edna and Albert Robinson. Oh, that looks new. It's like they're working on the little path. Private. I can't quite see the waterfall. lovely, isn't it? Oh, some exotic plants. Oh, they're poppies. I just like rhododendrons and dahlias and roses. I thought that path would lead into the churchyard, but obviously not. Unless when it said private it meant it's the vicar's home or something, but private. You could offer tea and biscuits. Ah, roses. Yeah, mine have got little buds on. They're opening in a couple of weeks. He's not a vicar. That's just what I want, folding doors. I thought of fitting folding doors to my bike shelter. More later. I wanted to look at the waterfall. I bet that tree's been put there for creatures to walk up. Not frogs, I mean furry creatures. It might be for frogs, I don't know. So there we are, another little thing in memory of Lynn. Love pretty things. Another thing me and Paul have in common. State of the roads with potholes everywhere, disgusting. Ginger? Have you patted that lantern off there? You like all this sunshine, baby? Yeah. Can talk, can't you? Goodbye. Anyway, it's too hot, your fur coat on. Ah. You're lovely, Ginger. Yeah, little baby.